Here are 20 Madden tips that are guaranteed to help you win more games. At number 1, make sure you always know the maximum field goal range for your kicker. With no wind, a kicker with 99 kick power can just barely make a 66-yard field goal. Meanwhile, a 95 kick power kicker can just barely make a 61-yard field goal, while a 91 kick power kicker, which is the lowest kick power rating in the game, can just barely make a 59-yard field goal. At number 2, you should be pass leading every throw you ever make. To lead your pass, you just have to point and hold your left stick in the direction you want to lead your pass while your quarterback is throwing the ball. This is extremely important for placing the ball in a spot where only your receiver can catch it, and it's also required to get the benefits of the set feet lead and pass lead elite abilities, which allow your quarterback to throw with faster velocity whenever you lead your pass. At number 3, use this blocking adjustment when running the ball against a defensive lineman with the inside stuff ability. If a D lineman has inside stuff and you call an inside run play, then he'll shed his block instantly and blow you up in the backfield every time. To counter this, double team the inside stuff player by pressing LB or L1 down on the right stick for double team, and then move your left stick left or right until the double team icon is on the inside stuff player and select him by pressing A or X. With him double teamed, you'll be able to easily run the ball up the middle without any issues. At number 4, this is the easiest way to make sure your receiver always comes down with a catch. This is the possession catch, which you can do by pressing A or X as your receiver is about to catch the ball. Possession catching near the sidelines will trigger an animation where your receiver will drag his toes to keep them in bounds, while in the open field, possession catching will tell your receiver to protect the ball and go down immediately after the catch so he can avoid any contact. At number 5, always check the fatigue level of your players in between plays, especially after a big hit. If any of your player icons are orange, red, or dark blue in your formation menu, then they will run slower on the field and be at high risk of fumbling the ball. When this happens, just press Y or triangle and sub them out for a play or two, and then when you sub them back in, they should be back to nearly full stamina. At number 6, this is how you can almost always receive the kickoff in the second half. In your game options, go to your coin toss first choice setting and change it to kick. This makes it much more likely that you'll kick off in the first half and therefore start with the ball in the second half. At number 7, this is one of the best man-beating routes in the entire game. This is the Texas route, also known as the angle route, and against man coverage, your running back will completely leave any linebacker in the dust. You can find this route on plays like bench halfback angle and the gun doubles hip formation, but if you have the hot route master or backfield master abilities, then you can put your running back on a Texas route on any pass play. At number 8, this is an easy way to disguise your defensive coverage on every play. It's called base aligning, and doing it causes your defenders to shift into the base alignment of your particular formation, regardless of what play you call. To base align out on the field, just press Y or triangle and then right on the left stick, but I recommend going into your coaching adjustments and changing your auto alignment to base so that your defense will already be base aligned as soon as you break the huddle. At number 9, this is how you can significantly reduce your opponent's odds of returning a kickoff for a touchdown. When you kick off deep, it gives your opponent space to build up speed and read his blocks on the kick return, so instead, use the sky kick feature. When you sky kick, hold your left stick all the way to the left or right, and that'll cause you to do a pooch kick far to one side of the field. That gives your opponent way less space to build up speed and makes it easy to use the sideline to surround him with your kick coverage. At number 10, always have a read progression on every pass play. This means before snapping the ball, you should know the order in which you're going to read each of your receivers. A simple example of a read progression is on a flood concept out of a trip set. The first read is our middle receiver on the zig, and if he's open, then we should always take the easy yards underneath. If the zig is covered, then we go to our next read, which is the inside receiver on the corner route. If the corner route is also covered, then we go to our final read, which is the tight end on the in route over the middle. At number 11, here's how you can build your own cover 3 bombs in any playbook. If you have a play with a post or deep crosser, such as PA boot over in the gun bunch tight end formation, then pair it with a streak on the same side and a comeback route on the other side. The receiver on the streak will pull the safety in the middle third deep with him, while the comeback route will hold down the cornerback in the outside third, leaving your post or crosser wide open for a massive one-play touchdown. At number 12, learn how to set up a Mable coverage on defense to take away the sidelines. A typical Mable coverage will usually involve something like a backed off outside cornerback in a 25 or 30 yard cloud flat and a slot cornerback or linebacker in a 5-yard curl flat. This setup absolutely blankets flood concepts by placing defenders both short and deep along the sideline. If you do this setup on both sides, then it's called a double Mable, and against players who just want to spam crossers and corner routes, a double Mable defense will have them completely bagged. At number 13, developing your clock management skills is guaranteed to win you more games. That typically means chewing the clock, which you can turn on in your play call menu by double tapping R3, which is double clicking the right stick straight into the controller. If you can control the clock well enough that you score with almost no time remaining, then that's the best defense you can play, since your opponent can't score if he doesn't have any time left. At number 14, here's how you can gain an extra blocker on any pass play. The concept is motion blocking, which you can do by putting one of your receivers in motion and then snapping the ball while he's running behind the offensive line. This will cause your receiver to stay in on a blocking assignment rather than running a route, making it an excellent tactic for when you want a little bit of extra pass protection. At number 15, learning how to rocket catch will take your offense to the next level. To rocket catch, while the ball is in the air, click onto your receiver and briefly pull him back towards the ball, and then press Y or triangle to perform an aggressive catch. This will cause your receiver to high point the ball above his head and allow you to create more space between your player and the defender, letting you catch the ball cleanly and avoid getting hit. At number 16, this is how you can catch high balls every time. As most of you already know, you can throw high balls by holding LB or L1 to put the ball above your receiver's head, but this year, there's a catch penalty on high balls that will cause your player to sometimes drop it. However, if you put the gift wrapped ability on your quarterback, then as long as you aren't leading your receivers into traffic, then they'll catch high balls every time. At number 17, run plays have slightly different handoff speeds based on which direction you're running. Typically, for under center run plays, the handoff animation will be faster when the run is going to the side of the QB's throwing hand, while for shotgun runs, the handoff animation will be faster when the running back is lined up on the side of the QB's throwing hand. For example, on the play inside zone in the formation gun tight open, we can see that when the running back is lined up on the right, the handoff animation is a half second faster than when the running back is lined up on the left. At number 18, this ability on your outside cornerbacks will make your defense completely overpowered. The deep out zone KO ability causes defenders to react quicker and force knockouts on passes outside the hash marks and at least 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. When you use this ability on pressed outside cornerbacks in base-aligned cover 3 and cover 4 shells, not only will they force knockouts if your opponent tries to throw over them with a streak, but they'll also react faster to corner routes and force knockouts along the sidelines. At number 19, use formation packages to unlock new possibilities and advanced setups for your defensive scheme. You can change formation packages by going to the formation menu and then moving the right stick to the left or right. Some packages like the safety NB package in Nickel 3-3 give you access to different quick adjustments for your safeties, such as deep halves and cloud outside thirds for both sides of the field. At number 20, here's how you can make your man coverage stick to your opponent's receivers like glue. As most of you already know, you can shade your man coverage inside or outside by pressing Y or triangle and then pressing left or right on the right stick. But what fewer people know is that you can also shade man coverage for individual players. So for example, if your opponent is spamming the play Y trail, then we know most of his routes are in-breaking routes, but the middle bunch receiver is on a corner route which breaks outside. In that case, we can universally shade our man coverage inside by pressing Y or triangle and left on the right stick, and then to deal with the corner route, we can press Y or triangle, press A for individual adjustments, select the icon of the middle bunch receiver on the corner route, and then press right on the right stick to tell our cornerback to shade right. With this knowledge, if your defensive instincts are on point, then you can have every route completely bagged, regardless of whether it breaks inside or outside. And if you guys want to see even more Madden tips, then check out this video right here, where I go over 20 pro tips that every Madden player should know.